Our thriller production challenges all forms and conventions of a typical thriller. By making our thriller as realistic as possible, it will allow us to attract the right target audience who is into suspense and tension thrillers. Therefore, we use a variety of shot types such as close-up shots to show facial expressions, point of view shots, medium shots and many more to add interest to our production. Having used these shot types, it allowed us to build suspense as the shots created tension by not giving too much away. By focusing on how the characters are portrayed in our thriller, we used a variety of shot types to portray them in different ways, hence adding interest and excitement to our production. We use close-up shots to show the characters' emotions, and to set the scene, we use long shots and panning shots to show the setting and surroundings, which would hopefully build suspense and a mysterious atmosphere. Moreover, the use of the over-the-shoulder shots in our thriller was to help the audience see the characters' point of views in different situations, which would also create suspense as they can't see what the other characters are thinking. When it came to editing our thriller, we had a clear focus that we wanted smooth and quick transactions to make it look slick and professional. Therefore, we used 2D transaction and used a basic fade, which would smoothly run into the other shot types and scenery. We wanted to use a fade that would suit our thriller and that was professional. That is why we chose not to use a shape fade, as we felt this wasn't suitable for a thriller and would have made it look less realistic and sinister. When researching into thrillers, we looked at a number of films aimed at both the younger and older audiences to help us when filming and editing our work. We looked at a wide variety of films such as Attack of the Block and The Lady in Black to give us some inspiration for shot types and editing for modern day thrillers. We also looked at the dialogue used in other movies and took inspiration from St. Trinian's, as it used similar colloquial dialogue to what we were intending to use. We were able to interpret what was said in one scene and use similar language in ours to create the mood we were looking for. There are 3 characters in our thriller production and are all portrayed in different ways. They represent different social groups throughout modern day society and how they interact with each other and the tensions that arise from these relationships. The woman shown with the fur coat represents the upper class of society, as it is clearly represented that she is wealthy. Individuals in the upper class have higher levels of disposable income, greater say in political realm, and exert more control over the use of natural resources. The woman is reinforcing a stereotype of the upper class being rich and think they have power over the lower class of society. This is portrayed by her attitude and emotion by getting other people to do her work. Following on, one of the guys in our thriller is a general working class citizen and is at the start of our production. He is employed in a lower tier job. Working class means a socio-economic class consisting of people who work for wages, especially low wages, including unskilled and semi-skilled labourers and their families. This character is portrayed as a working class citizen in our thriller by the way he dresses and talks. Lastly, the stereotype image of our last character, who is a middle class, is how the social group between the upper and working classes has a big contrast. He is shown to be jealous of the upper class women in society as their lives are less stressful. An institution is a company that disperses a media product for audience consumption. Our media production is going to be distributed to cinemas such as Odeon and shown in local institutions which will help promote and distribute our film. By using modern technology and social networking sites, we will be able to showcase our film on websites such as Facebook, as many of our target audience use this website and can easily comment. Also, YouTube and MySpace are on an international scale and can easily distribute our media product on a large scale and reach many people. Furthermore, Salisbury International Festival of Arts is a local community arts centre that presents a wide range of visual arts such as film. There is also a big screen festival which is aimed at student filmmakers, which will be perfect to promote our thriller production. Following on, the UK Film Council may distribute our film, as the institution has backed more than 900 films, of which include feature and short films. Their goal is to make the UK a global centre for films amongst the world's competitive film industry. For our film, we feel that these institutions will be suitable, and we would hope that our film would attract the interest of our target market and would also widen the niche audience group of a social realism film. We have discussed the rating of our thriller and have decided that an appropriate rating would be 15 and over. This is because, although our opening didn't seem to be overly shocking and scary, We feel that it would be a better certificate to select because there would be elements of anxiety in the film and therefore the storyline might be distressing for younger viewers. We feel our thriller is suitable for anyone who has an interest in this film genre and it doesn't really target a particular social class. We attracted our audience by using a modern-day setting in Bournemouth which will appeal and relate to our viewers as they are in the younger generation. To appeal to them, we based our thriller for their needs and wants. We used an urban setting to give the thriller a feeling of chaos but at the same time remoteness, to make it exhilarating and mysterious. People could also relate to our storyline and find it distressing as burglary and murder are feared, especially in the safety of our own home. Throughout our production, we have learnt a great deal about how different technologies affect the outcome of our production. I personally have never used a video camera before, and therefore using this was a new experience for me. We decided to use the school cameras, which was a Canon 41X. We found that the school equipment was not sufficient enough for us to create a production we would be satisfied with. However, to improve the quality, we edited our production in Pinnacle Studio, which is a non-linear video editing software application. By using this software, it allowed us to edit out the scenes we weren't happy with, thus we cut scenes to make them shorter and get rid of the shakiness. This then created a smooth and clean effect as it made our thriller piece look more professional and realistic. Using this software allowed us to widen our skills in editing and constructing and gave us an insight into how films are edited in the media industry. When videoing, we found we should have used our tripod more in order to create a less shaky production. Although the quality of the camera wasn't best, it still provided us with the basic functions to produce our thriller, such as a 41 zoom. Pinnacle provided many effects that we could play around with to make our thriller look better. For example, it had different transitions and allowed us to add sound. We have selected some instrumental music for our thriller as it allows the audience to be lulled into a false sense of security, yet at the same time adds tension as it is unusual music to use. The finished product was uploaded to YouTube, Facebook, and subsequently PBWorks to collect feedback. There are a few key differences between my preliminary task and my main task. Perhaps the most notable is the advance in quality of the equipment, footage, and editing used. The preliminary task, whilst using quite interesting shots, was less cleanly framed and edited. The most important aspect that changed, in my opinion, between the preliminary and main task was control of mise-en-scène. We paid a lot closer attention to the costumes, locations and props in our final piece, and this shows in the final outcome. We have also learned to use our time more efficiently to complete the thriller in plenty of time. We have gained knowledge in how to organise a production such as this and learned from any mistakes that we made. Overall, I feel I've improved the basic skills and therefore developed them into producing a better quality production.